नमस्कार आप सभी को। और दिस वीडियो इज मेनली डेडिकेटेड टू द साधकास, दोस हु आर वेरी सिंसियर, दोस हु वांट टू लर्न महाविद्यास, दोस हु वांट टू लर्न कुंडलिनी साधना। तो ये वीडियो जो है उन साधकों के लिए है जो 10 महाविद्याएं या और भी महाविद्याओं का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है उनकी साधना करना चाहते हैं या फिर योग में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं। दिस इज़ नॉट फॉर द पीपल दोस हु जस्ट वांट टू डू फ्यू आसनास, फ्यू प्राणायामास, दोस एंड सम रिलैक्सेशन टेक्निक्स और अपने आप को बहुत बड़े योगी समझें, उनके लिए बिल्कुल नहीं है। अगर आप ऐसे हैं तो प्लीज़ डोंट सी द वीडियो, मत देखो, ज़रूरत नहीं है, आपके समझ में नहीं आएगा कुछ भी, नथिंग यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। सो लेट अस स्टार्ट दिस वीडियो। ये वीडियो डेडिकेटेड है पराशक्ति को, शिव जी की जो शक्ति है माँ, उनको डेडिकेटेड है। सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द वीडियोस जिसमें वेर यू विल फाइंड माय व्यूज़, जो मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है। एंड ये बिल्कुल मत सोचिएगा कि व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग इज़ द अल्टीमेट थिंग, इसके आगे कुछ नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ जस्ट वन, नॉट इवन वन ड्रॉप ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन विच आई एम गिविंग टू यू। ये सिर्फ आपको एक इन्फॉर्मेशन अवेयरनेस के लिए दिया जा रहा है, बिकॉज आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू अवेयरनेस दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज महाविद्या एंड वाई वी शुड डू इट, वाई वी शुड डू द साधना ऑफ महाविद्यास। सो if you go with the concept of Mahavidyas, there are 10 Mahavidyas normally which are very famous. हमको सबको पता है कि 10 महाविद्याओं के बारे में we always get the information about 10 Mahavidyas. But if you go in the other tantric traditions, you find normally 3 कुल हैं, काली, षोडशी और कमला कुल, लेकिन you don't find most of the things और एवरीथिंग इन वन पॉइंट। तो मेजर जो डिवीज़न है इट इज़ काली कुल एंड श्री विद्या कुल। तो काली परिवार और श्री विद्या परिवार। अब ये कह सकते हैं कि दिस आर फॉर द 2 डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ पीपल, जो बहुत ही अघोर साधक हैं एंड पीपल दोस हु आर वेरी एनर्जेटिक एंड दे आर रेडी फॉर द experiences with Ma Kali, they can opt for that. And those who are on the other side of the plane, those who just want to do the sadhana, a yogic path, तो श्री विद्या कुल। बट बोथ आर से, दोनों में कोई अंतर नहीं है। सो मेनली 10 महाविद्यास आर प्रेजेंट और माँ पार्वती के 10 रूप हैं ये। सो पहला जो है दैट इज़ महाकाली, एंड काली हरसेल्फ इज अगेन इनटू डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स, अलग अलग रूपों में महाकाली विद्यमान है। काली के बाद हैं तारा, फिर त्रिपुर भैरवी हैं, त्रिपुर सुंदरी हैं, धूमावती, बगलामुखी, छिन्नमस्ता, मातंगी, भुवनेश्वरी एंड बगलामुखी। तो देर आर 10 महाविद्यास नॉर्मली, जो नॉर्मली वी whenever we do the sadhana we normally इनमें से ही किसी एक की साधना हम करते हैं। एंड रिमेंबर दिस आर 10 महाविद्यास। इन महाविद्याओं से बढ़कर या शिव जी से बढ़कर nobody is there, nobody is there. So always people those who use this, because देखिए महाविद्यास मीन्स दुर्गा जी also is महाविद्या, there are multiple महाविद्यास, तो they are महाविद्यास because they are ultimate forms of the divine feminine energy. So feminine divinity is a powerful entity and it is very important part of the Shiva Siddhant, because if you remove Ishatva or Shakti Tattva from the Shiva, he is Shiva. So feminine divinity is a very powerful entity. From mother nurtures to the destroyers, from knowledge to wealth, they encompass every aspect of physical and spiritual realm. A part of such powerful entities Mahavidyas. So Mahavidyas are basically, these are the entities which blesses you with the ultimate reality, that is Parabhrahma, with all the materialistic needed and things which you require in the life. The 10 Mahavidyas or goddess of wisdoms represent distinct aspects of divinity intent on guiding the spiritual seeker towards the liberation. तो 10 महाविद्याओं का कभी भी, जैसे people normally they think कि if you go to दतिया, if you go to नलखेड़ा, if you go to त्रिपुरा और if you go to जबलपुर की महारानी है महाकाली, it is only made for particular purpose. Like बगला महाविद्या का purpose, what people think कि she is only there to protect you from the enemies for court cases and other things. Tripur Sundari is for a different purpose. Tripur Sundari is for dharmarth kam moksha. So always try to remember all these Mahavidyas are so powerful that they can give you whatever you want in the life. But you must have seen my other videos also where yoga says that the ultimate aim of every sadhana is to realize God. मतलब योग क्या कहता है? योग ये कहता है कि ये जो सिद्धियां हैं ये मार्ग में अवरोध बन जाती हैं. तो इसलिए all these Mahavidyas are going to take you towards the liberation. Remember one thing, no human, how much he develops in his life is above any of these divine entities. Divine entities का मतलब है कि you cannot become bigger than Krishna and Rama and Lord Shiva or any Dash Mahavidyas or any Mahavidya. So always see the people, those who call their names. If somebody calls Shiv Ji, there is a respect. That means that Guru also, that person also gives respect. But if he is full with ego and ahankar, he will call Shiv, he will call Durga, singular. Remember, you are not above all this. So always, for a person who wants to learn these Mahavidyas, they have to be very careful because a lot of people are there, those who are just there to confuse people. So remember, जो भी चीज़ करें आप ध्यान से करें. So for the devotionally minded seeker, these forms can be approached in the spirit of reverence, love and increasing intimacy. For a knowledge oriented seeker, these same forms can represent various states of inner awakening along with the path of enlightenment. So it all depends कि you need knowledge, you need liberation or you need materialistic thing. The same Mahavidya will give you. क्योंकि एक महाविद्या, जो भी महाविद्या आप साधना चाहते हैं, साध रहे हैं या जिनकी भी पूजा पाठ कर रहे हैं, she is capable of giving you everything whatever you want in your life. So किसी ने कुछ कह दिया कि इनसे तकलीफ हो जाएगी, देखिए दिस महाविद्यास और एनी महाविद्यास, 10 महाविद्यास हो चाहे दुर्गा जी हो चाहे एनी महाविद्या, they are form of the divine mother माँ पार्वती. एंड निर्गुण निराकार स्वरूप अगर आप लेंगे तो she rests inside Shiva. A human form of anyone like us can do mistakes, can commit mistakes because of the influence of the indriyas and the sanskaras, but she is Mahavidya and she is mother of all the mothers. तो एक मन में लोगों के रहता है कि डर है, भाई if you do this, this will happen, that will happen. It's all waste of time. Because if you take this divine mother और divine महाविद्यास ऐसे mother, अपनी माँ की तरह आप उनको लेते हैं, तो mother knows very well what is best for you. और mother से better you will not be able to take, because see, you can never ask her to become your sister. Definitely you can become, you can ask her to become your mother only because she is already a consort of Shiva. तो वो चीज़ उतनी मतलब हैसियत we humans we don't have, and it will be a wrong thinking also. So unless and until you are Shiva, and which you are not, because even though you are a part of him, but you have not realized or you have not experienced and you are not like him actually. So there is always a difference. So always a mother's position is above everything and she herself is a mother, so go with that. So आज हम शुरू करेंगे, we will start with Kali Mahavidya, and we know Mahakali is the one of the forms. First of all, Sati took the form of Kali. So Ma Sati, we all know the story of Sati. If you don't know, then you must read the Shiv Mahapuran. You will get the information about Ma Sati. So Sati took the form of Kali. Her form was fearful, her hair untied and loose, her body the color of a dark cloud. She had deep set eyes and eyebrows, sharp like curved swords. She stood up on corpse. किस पे? एक लाश के ऊपर खड़ी हुई. Wore a garland of skulls, खोपड़ियों की माला, and earrings made up from the bones of corpse. तो जो कानों में उनके ऑर्नामेंट था वो बोन से, हड्डियों से बना था. शी हैड 4 hands. One hand she had a skull, she had a head of the skull on the, and the other curved sword with blood dripping on it. She had mudras on her 2 hands, one giving freedom from the fear and the other giving blessing. She roared and 10 directions were filled with that ferocious sound. तो आप ये सोच सकते हैं कि normally we think कि काली माता is only for ferocious things. But if you see, from the remaining 2 hands, एक हाथ जो है उनका है, that gives you freedom from fear. So for the sadhak, it is very important that you get freedom from the fear. And another is giving blessings. So she blesses you with whatever you want in the life. So Kali is the first Mahavidya. And again, I am not going in detail about Mahakali like Siddha Kali, Bhadra Kali, Samshan Kali and different other forms of Kali. So important क्या है कि when you want to do sadhana of Mahakali, take the Diksha and then perform the sadhana. In the series of 10 Mahavidyas or wisdom aspects of Divine Mother, Kali comes first, for she represents the power of consciousness in its highest form. तो काली का स्थान, महाकाली माता काली का स्थान सबसे सर्वोच्च उच्चतम पद पे है. She at once supreme power and ultimate reality, underscoring the fundamental tantric teaching that the power of consciousness and the consciousness itself are one and the same. The Devi Mahatmya vividly depicts a scene with Kali and her associated goddess ready to take on an army of demons. The battle culminates with the slaying of 2 demon generals Chanda and Munda, and this acts her name as Chamunda. तो हमें पता है Durga Saptashati people, those who have learned, those who are follower of Shakti sadhanas, they know very well कि चामुंडा कौन है और माँ काली का नाम चामुंडा भी है और उन्हीं को दुर्गा जी भी कहा जाता है. तो ये कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए. कन्फ्यूजन इसलिए नहीं होना चाहिए बिकॉज वन डिवाइन फॉर्म हैज़ टेकन मल्टीपल रोल्स. So, Raktabij's amazing replicative ability symbolizes the human mind's ordinary state of awareness. Now, significance of doing Mahakali sadhana in yoga. So, significance is, we all know that Raktabij, who was Raktabij, that once you cut that demon, the blood which used to come out used to produce similar demons like him. So what is Raktabij? Raktabij's amazing replicative ability symbolizes the human mind's ordinary state of awareness. So human mind is also just like Raktabij. Every time multiple things, they start coming. The mind is constantly in the motion and one thought begets another in the endless succession. So there is a continuous process of thoughts to thoughts to thoughts. The mind rarely rests and is never fully concentrated. Mind is never shant, never calm. Mind is continuously in an active state. In the light of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we can understand Chamunda as one power to restrain the mind's endless modulations, to stop them altogether. So this was my aim, because I wanted to create a link between the Yoga Sadhana and the Tantra Sadhana. Now, if you practice Chamunda Sadhana, she is going to help you to completely stop all the chitta vrittis, because she has that power. When all the mental activities of chitta vrittis ceases, that state is called yoga, and consciousness resting in its infinite own peace and bliss. So why Kali sadhana has to be performed? Because if you want to reach the chitta vritti nirodha state, you have to completely see that all the mental modulations are totally stopped, and for that Mahakali is the best energy which you can take the support and help to reach the final stage of bliss. So now we will go to the next Mahavidya, which is Mahakali ke baad hai Mahatara or Neel Saraswati. So Tara's different forms are there, and Tara is the goddess which has got very great name and significance in the Hinduism also and in the Buddhism also. So she is the goddess of compassion and protection. So if you are having a problem in your if you need protection from people around you, or if you need protection in the field of spiritual development, then Tara Mahavidya is very, very important for you. Now in Hinduism, she is a form of female primordial energy known as Shakti. The name comes from the Sanskrit root tar, which means protection, Tarna. In other Indian languages, the name translates as star. So Tara's name is derived from three, which means to cross. One of her epithets in Samsara Tarini, she who takes across the ocean of worldly existence. So Sansara Tarini, she is called Sansara Tarini. That's why she is Tara. So she takes you away from the ocean of the samsara or existence. So Tara is thus all gracious and liberator. So people, those who want to attain liberation, they should do sadhana of Tara Mahavidya. In Tara Mahavidya, the image of Tara often shows her seated on a white lotus in the midst of primordial waters that envelop the entire universe. From this we understand that she is the mother of the three worlds of heavens, atmosphere and the earth. So Tara is the mother of heavens, atmosphere and the world. Much of the Tara's symbolism can be related to death also, but in its broadest perspective, the death it refers to is the death of the ego, basically. The false idea of selfhood that keeps the individual in bondage, ever reactive and thraldom to all the life's ups and downs. Like Kali, Tara is sometimes shown wearing a girdle of severed human forms. Sometimes Mahatara को भी आप माँ काली के रूप में देखेंगे, symbol of her ability to relieve us from the burdens of karma. So other day we were discussing about the Sampragyat Samadhi, Asampragyat Samadhi, and what comes in between, what is Kriya Yoga and why these karmas needed to be completely removed. So Tara is one of the powers, Tara is one of the Shaktis which can help you to get rid of the burden of the karmas. The scissors and the sword, rather than being understood as agents of death, should be thought as of tools to dismantle and remove the ego, the sense of mistaken identity that defines, limits and binds. So Tara is very, very important, Mahavidya, who can bless you with the complete cessation of all the karmas, their storage, everything. Now let us come to the next Mahavidya, and her name is Tripur Sundari. Tripur Sundari is considered as one of the very powerful and one of the direct and grossest and direct forms of Mahaparvati. Tripur Sundari, she is the most beautiful mother in Tripura, means all the three lokas, your Adidevik, Adibhautik and Adhyatmik. In all the three lokas, she is the most beautiful mother. So Tripur Sundari is also known as goddess Shodashi. So her name is Tripur Sundari Shodashi. As the name suggests, goddess Shodashi is the most beautiful in all the three worlds. In Mahavidya, she represents goddess Parvati, or also known as Tantric Parvati. So she represents direct Mahaparvati, and there are you will find that there are many other Mahavidyas who are older than her, but they are coming out from her. So that also is there. Goddess Shodashi is also known as Lalita, Rajeshwari, which means the one who plays and the queen of queens. Rajeshwari means she is the queen of all the queens, respectively. Mahavidya is Tripur Sundari is also known as Kamla, a form of Mahalakshmi. She symbolizes wealth. So Tripur Sundari is the Mahavidya which gives you a very clear picture how to practice sadhana in a tantric form and how to perform sadhana in a yogic form. So Tripur Sundari is nothing but, Tripur Sundari sadhana is nothing but the sadhana of Kundalini or the Chakra sadhana. She is shown with 4 arms in which she holds 5 arrows of flowers, a noose, a gourd, a sugar cane as a bow. The noose represents attachment, the gourd represents repulsion, and the sugar cane bow represents the mind, and arrows are 5 sense objects. Remember that. So, the noose represents the attachments, different attachments what we have. The gourd represents the repulsion, the sugarcane bow represents the mind, and the arrows are 5 sense objects. So, when you start doing the sadhana of Tripur Sundari, automatically you see that all the mental fluctuations automatically starts calming down, and automatically they get disintegrated, and the focus becomes intensified and clarified, and you reach the stage of Ekagravastha to Nirodhavastha. So in the Shakti Tantra, normally when we talk about the Tantra, so Shiv Tantra, Shakti Tantra. So in the Shakti Tantra, it is the mother who is supreme. Supreme means she is the ultimate, and the gods are her instruments of expression. 64 yoginis are there. They are her yoginis. So they are her yoginis means, see, angels, archangels, they are present. But these yoginis are her angels, you can say. Through them, she presides over the creation. So through these yoginis and the devatas, she is presiding over the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the universe, as well as over the self-concealment and self-revelation that lie behind those 3 activities. Self-concealment is the precondition as well as the result of cosmic manifestation. And self-revelation causes the manifest universe to dissolve and disclosing the essential unity. So it is very important that Tripur Sundari Sadhana has to be performed in their life, because if you are not able to perform the Tripur Sundari Sadhana, then a major part of your yogic life and the spiritual life is incomplete. Tripur Sundari should be understood as she whose beauty precedes the 3 worlds. She is the ultimate mother. So always remember that Tripur Sundari Sadhana is very, very important, meaning that she is the divinity in its transcendental glory. However, the name is usually taken as immanent sense to mean she who is beautiful in the 3 worlds. Now, I told you which are those 3 worlds. So, she is the ultimate, because Satyam Shivam Sundaram when we call, Shiva is the ultimate beautiful male god. So, Tripur Sundari, naturally she will be the Tripur Sundari only. Present here is the idea of triad, a grouping of 3 that plays out in many different aspects of phenomenal world. So, she is the ultimate energy also, which creates, which sustains, which destroys this world. She is the ultimate energy who is present with the Shiva, and through the Shiva, who is the actual chairman, distributes the different works to the different people to generate and organize and to destroy the world. So Tripur Sundari represents the state of awareness that is also the Sadashiva Sattattva. So Sadashiva Tattva is the awareness which you get when you are in the awareness of Tripur Sundari. It is characterized by I am this, aham idam. Cosmic evolution is the outward flow of consciousness, that is paravritti. Spiritual practice reverses that flow so that the yogi in this stage is very high level of attainment, close to final realization, because here directly the supreme energy is with you and she is guiding you. So it is very, 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 very important for all the sadhakas. So Tripur Sundari Sadhana is very important, and even the Kundalini Sadhana, the Chakra meditation and the other meditations which I teach in my workshops are based on the sadhana of Tripur Sundari, whether it is in the form of Panchadashi Sadhana or Shodashi Sadhana. But she is always there, and along with that Shiv Sadhana also is there. So if you want to learn those things, you can definitely message me. So next we will go for Tripur Sundari ke baad mein next is Bhuvaneshwari. So Bhuvaneshwari Mahavidya, whose form closely resembles to Tripur Sundari. She resembles to Tripur Sundari. Her name consists of 2 elements, Bhuvan, which means this living world, a place of dynamic activity, and Ishwari, which means the female ruler or sovereign. So the name Bhuvaneshwari is often translated as she is the ruler of this world. But Bhuvan is more than the earth which we stand upon. It is the entire cosmos. So entire cosmos is ruled by Bhuvaneshwari, the Bhuvanatraya consisting of heavens, atmosphere and earth. So Bhuvan consists of heavens, atmosphere and the earth. Because this is a living dynamic phenomena, Bhuvaneshwari embodies all its characteristics and their interaction. So Bhuvaneshwari Mahavidya is very important for the people, those who are interested in the sadhanas of heavens, atmosphere and the pressure or the earth or the Brahmanda. So she is also called Mahamaya. She whose magical power is great. Maya here is the power to create a magical appearance for the delight of the spectator. We all are under the influence of Maya. That is what a magician does. She is called Sarvarupa, she whose form is all, and Vishwarupa, she whose form is universe, and she who appears as the universe. All that we experience in this life is in fact the Divine Mother, who, as Bhuvaneshwari, she is consistently associated with here and now with us. So always she is the first deity, you can say, or the energy or the Mahavidya, who is very close to all the people, those who are associated with the Bhuvan. So according to Pranatoshini Grantha, Brahma had the desire to create the universe, and he did intense tapasya to invite the energy of creation, Kriya Shakti. Parmeshwari, pleased with his tapasya, responded to his invitation and came as Bhudevi or Bhuvaneshwari. She is red in color, seated on a lotus flower. Her body is resplendent, shining with the jewels. She holds a noose and curved sword. So again, she uses a pash and the ankush in two of her hands, and other two assumes the mudra of blessings and freedom from the fear. So very similar to the Mahakali again. She resides in Shiva's heart. Remember that. Bhuvaneshwari is the supreme empress of manifested existence, the exposer of consciousness. So remember, Mahakali, we have seen similar thing. Now she is present in the Shiva's heart. So if you do the sadhana of 10 Mahavidyas separately, you are reaching to Shiva. If you do just Shiv sadhana, all the 10 Mahavidyas are with you. Their blessings are with you. So next Mahavidya we will discuss is Chinnamasta. I know this is not in order, but what is important, according to my practice, how I have done the practice, I am just explaining to all of you. So Chinnamasta, she is also known as Prachanda Chandika. Chinnamasta, she is who is decapitated in a form, and she is in a form of Divine Mother, showing as having cut off her head. So she has, you must have seen the photo of Chinnamastama, where Divine Mother is not with the head. Since she has cut her own head, she is called Chinnamasta or Chinmastika. Chinnamasta shines like a lightning bolt from the sun. She demonstrates the rare courage needed to make highest conceivable sacrifice. So Chinnamasta sadhana is very important for the people, those who are in Aghor Shastra, those who are tantrics, because this is something which is very, very important. Unless and until you have this type of Aghor practices with you, you will not be able to sacrifice. The severed head iconographically symbolizes liberation. Each person's individual identity is a state of conditioning or limitation, dependent on qualities. By severing the head, the mother reveals herself in her true being, which is unconditioned, infinite, and boundlessly free. This idea of freedom is reinforced by her nudity, which symbolizes that she cannot be covered or contained by any garment. Because she is infinite, she is also autonomous. So, Chinmastika means she has removed all the problems, all the indriyas, everything, and she is present in her actual form. So, now the representation. Dakini on the left is black, Varnini on the right is red, Chinmasta in the middle is white. Black, red and white represents the three gunas or basic universal energy. Sattva symbolizes by Chinmasta's whiteness is the highest of all the gunas, of course, but all three belong to Prakriti. And she is when combined together, she is the Prakriti. The principle of materiality on which all nature rests, nothing exists apart from the mother, whose power of diversification takes form as a grand display of the universe. So it is very important that we all should understand what is this 10 Mahavidyas. The blood spurting from the Chinmasta's neck represents the life force, that is prana or cosmic energy, that animates the universe and sustains all the life. The first stream flows into Chinmasta's own mouth. She is self-existent and dependent on no other. So she is the goddess who gives the prana. So people, those who are not well, those who are having a lot of diseases and they are not able to come out from those diseases, they should perform the sadhana of Chinmasta. So now the next Mahavidya is Bhairavi. So she is also called Tripura Bhairavi. So the name Bhairavi means frightful, terrible, horrible or formidable. Bhairavi provokes fear in different forms, for she is said to shine with effulgence of 10,000 rising suns. So she shines with the brightness of 10,000 of rising suns. She has many names including Tripura Bhairavi, Sampat Prag Bhairavi, Kaulesh Bhairavi, Siddhida Bhairavi, Sakal Siddhida Bhairavi she is called, Bhay Vidvansi Bhairavi, Chaitanya Bhairavi, Kameshwari Bhairavi, Nitya Bhairavi, Rudra Bhairavi. Her body is having the color of a rising sun. So like Kali, she has 4 arms. With 2 of her hands, she holds a sword of knowledge and the demon's head that represents the destruction of ego. Her 2 other hands may display the Abhay Mudra, urging us to have no fear, and the Varad Mudra, the gesture of granting boons. More often, they hold a mala signifying devotion and a book signifying a knowledge. The trident represents the pervasively threefold nature of her manifestation and can be interpreted in varieties of ways. So trident, we all know that it is representing the energy of Shiva, who is Shakti herself. So in that term also we have to take, when Shiva is represented alone, so you will see always he will be holding the trident, the Trishul. It is often said that Bhairavi represents divine wrath, but it is only an impulse of her fierce maternal protectiveness aimed at the destruction of ignorance, everything negative that keeps us in the bondage. So in that aspect she is called Sakal Siddhida Bhairavi, the grantor of every perfection. So people, those who are interested in meditation, and they have a lot of fluctuations in the mind, lot of disturbances are there, they should perform the Sakal Siddhida Bhairavi sadhana. Now we are coming to another sadhana, and this sadhana is very fearful, and she is Dhumavati. So Ma Dhumavati is very powerful, very powerful mother, and she is considered as the most oldest of all the 10 Mahavidyas. Oldest means in terms of age. So Shiv, as a Tripur Sundari, as other divine mother, she is Shiva is always present, and mother is having all the ornaments of Saubhagya, but she is other part of Saubhagya. So she represents when Shiva is not there. So what will be the condition? So Dhumavati personifies the dark side of life. Her name means she who is made up of smoke. Smoke is one of the effects of the fire. It is dark and polluting and concealing. It is emblematic of the worst facets of human existence. So whenever you have the terrible situations of your life, there Dhumavati sadhana will help you. As per the legend mentioned in the Pranatoshni Tantra, once Devi Sati, due to satiate her extreme hunger, swallowed Lord Shiva. I told you. So later on request of Lord Shiva itself, she disgorged him. After this incident, Lord Shiva rejected her and cursed her to assume the form of a widow. So she represents the widow, and that is the reason Dhumavati pujan and her sadhana is not done by the people, those who are Saubhagyavatis or the married people. She is associated with poverty, need, hunger, thirsty, quarrelsomeness, anger and negativity. She is consistently shown as old and ugly with sagging breast and crooked or missing teeth. She is dressed in a filthy rags. Dhumavati is characterized as a widow, and this gives a clue to her unique nature as Mahavidya and distinguishes her from earlier goddesses who are to be avoided. Dhumavati represents the erosive power of time that robs us of loved ones, our own youthful strength and vitality, our health, or whatever else contribute to our fragile happiness. So she represents whatever is leaving us. Now Dhumavati is one of the Mahavidyas. Suppose you have lot of enemies around you and you are not able to handle them. So then Dhumavati sadhana is going to be very, very effective for you. So now next Mahavidya is Baglamukhi. Baglamukhi is also called Brahmastra Vidya. Remember, Brahmastra doesn't mean Astra of Brahma. Brahmastra means Baglas. So if you read the Bagla Sahasranam, you will find she is called Brahma Vidya also. And she is the Mahavidya who is responsible for whatever is happening in this world today in terms of rhythm and system. So her birth also, when creation was done and Matripura was present, but whatever was created, everything was just floating out. It was just उड़ रहा था सब कुछ, कोई भी अपनी जगह पे नहीं था. The stars, everything. So Lord Vishnu, he did tapasya for thousands of years on Tripura, and from Tripur Sundari Ma, Bagla Mukhi was born, and Bagla Mukhi's place is close to it is in the Saurashtra, which is called Haridra Sarovar. So from there she has taken birth, and once she comes, everything becomes silent, and everything, your stars, your sun, your earth, everything, even whatever you are listening to me, if you are really listening to me, that rhythm, whatever you are listening, your eyes, whatever is happening inside our body, it has got a tal, it has got a rhythm. It is because of Baglamukhi. She is the mother of all the mothers. She is the mother of all the 9 planets. She is the mother who gives energy to everything. So she is one of the most powerful Mahavidyas, you can say. So Bagla is a different name. Actually, her name is Valgamukhi, but with time it has changed to Baglamukhi. And she is very powerful. So the headgear used to control a horse is known as bridle. Hence, Baglamukhi means the goddess who has the power to control and paralyze enemies just by thoughts. Due to her capturing and paralyzing powers, she is also known as Devi of Stambhan. She is also called Prabal Stambhan Vidya. Now, when you see her Shastranam, she represents all the 10 Mahavidyas. So she can be considered as Brahma Vidya, herself as a representation of all the 10 Mahavidyas, Brahmastra Vidya, and she is considered as the eldest of all, even though Mahakali was the first. So she was always eldest of everybody. So Baglamukhi is very, very important if you want to get rid from the problems of the life. So next is Matangi. So Matangi is another Mahavidya. So Shakti's Samgama Tantra narrates the birth of Uchishta Matangini. Once the god Vishnu and his wife Lakshmi visited Shiva and his second wife Parvati. And his wife, matlab reincarnation of Sati, and gave them a banquet of fine foods. While eating, the deities dropped some food on the ground, from which arose a beautiful maiden asked their leftovers. The 4 deities granted her their leftovers as prasad, food made sacred by being first consumed by the deity. This can be interpreted as Uchishta of the deities. So, leftover. Although due to its negative connotations, the word Uchishta is never explicitly used in connection of prasad, Shiva decreed that those who repeat her mantra and worship her will have their material desires satisfied and gain control over foes, declaring her the giver of boons. From that day, maiden was known as Uchishta Matangini. So if you want anything to be achieved by you in your life, you have to do sadhana of Matangi. And the last Mahavidya is Kamla Mahavidya. So Kamla is the 10th Mahavidya, and Kamla considered the supreme form of goddess who is in the fullness of her graceful aspect. Means all the materialized things, all the physical things in the life can be achieved by Kamla Mahavidya. She is also called Mahalakshmi. So she's not only compared with the goddess Lakshmi, but also considered to be the goddess Lakshmi. She is also known as Tantric Lakshmi, or the energetic Lakshmi. Tantra means energy. So when you get the fruitful aspect of the Lakshmi. She is a Tantric Lakshmi. The goddess in the form of Kamala bestows prosperity, wealth, fertility and crops. So whatever you want in your life, everything is here, and good luck. Hence, she is the Devi of both Dhan and Dhanya, wealth and grains. So if you want to develop anything in your life, or if you want to be good in your life, you have to see that you do sadhana of Kamala Mahavidya. So this is in short about the 10 Mahavidyas. I know it is highly impossible, very, very difficult task for anybody to inform or to give information about 10 Mahavidyas in a very almost 40 minutes of video. But I have tried to give you the information that all these Mahavidyas ultimately take you towards the yogic path. If you follow this yogic path, because unless and until all the chitta vrittis are in the state of nirodhavastha, you will be always having the kleshas, because you are always under the influence of rag and dvesh. And to fulfill all the desires, you have these energies, these powers, but you have to experience, you have to live in this life without getting attached to anything, because if you are attached to anything, then only you are going to suffer. If you are experiencing everything without any attachment, then you can lead a normal and very contented life. So you can add yam niyam, asan pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. You can add the abhyas and vairagya along with the Dashma Vidyas, and you will lead a very happy, healthy and prosperous life. Namaskar.